I'm Coach Kyle, soccer performance coach at Champions Quest, and today I'm going to be taking you through some simple core exercises that you or your athlete can be incorporating into their training. Oftentimes, athletes perform core exercises such as the sit-up or crunch and feel pain in their lower back. These exercises place a lot of stress on the lower back as the spine enters flexion. This also reinforces the poor posture patterns that we commonly see with youth athletes. I'm going to be taking you through some exercises that reinforce good posture and proper alignment of the spine while engaging the muscles of the core. The athlete is in a quadruped position on their hands and knees. They reach out their opposite leg and opposite arm to full extension, holding that for a second, and then returning their elbow to their knee, repeating the exercise again. The athlete is lying prone on their stomach. They reach their arms and their legs as high as they can in the air, holding it for a second and then returning to the ground. The athlete can also hold this exercise isometrically for time. They can also alternate between raising the opposite arm and opposite leg, switching after each repetition. The athlete is in the push-up position with their hands placed directly underneath their shoulders. They engage their core and then extend one hand laterally out to the side, holding it for a second before returning to the push-up position. Another variation is to have the athlete in the push-up position reach across their body, tapping the opposite shoulder, holding it for a second before returning back to the push-up position. We want to limit as much rotation as possible during this exercise. The athlete is in a push-up position and reaches out their opposite leg and opposite arm to full extension, holding it for a second before returning to the push-up position. The athlete begins in the push-up position and reaches one elbow down, followed by the other to get to a plank position. The athlete holds the plank for a second before going back up to a push-up. The athlete begins in a plank position and reaches out their opposite leg and opposite arm to full extension, holding it for a second before returning to the plank, switching sides each repetition. The athlete assumes a plank position with their elbows directly on their shoulder and their spine nice and flat. The athlete holds this position for time. The athlete assumes a side plank position with their feet stacked and their elbow directly under the shoulder. They raise their bottom hip off the floor, holding this position for time. The athlete is in an athletic position with their feet at shoulder width. They grab the band with two hands, extending their arms and bringing it out to the center of their body. The athlete holds this position for time. Another variation of this exercise is to have the athlete press the band out and in while still keeping the band in the center of their body. The athlete is in a plank position on the stability ball. They extend both hands forward, engaging the core as they bring the ball back towards the center of their bodies. Another variation of this exercise is to have the athlete perform circles, both clockwise and counterclockwise, in the plank position on the stability ball. The last exercise is the Turkish Get Up. We'll be going over this exercise in more detail next week as it is one of the more beneficial exercises that an athlete can be doing to strengthen their core.